Hey guys, TGKS Productions. So for the third week of drip feed content from the Criminal Enterprise DLC, we got two new free mode events that can spawn: the Smuggler's Plane and the Flare event. So firstly, let's start off with the Smuggler's Plane event. Now there are 5 different locations where the Smuggler's Plane will spawn. I'll put that up on the map, or I'll put the map up with those locations and also the credit as to where I found these locations from. Supposedly also I've seen from GTA series that for the Smuggler Plane event to spawn, you have to be in the session for at least 35 minutes. But I'm not going to go in depth on each location because if you're in that general area and the plane's going to spawn, or it does spawn, you're going to see it immediately. It's very easy to spot and then follow. But I'll go ahead and show you how the Smuggler Plane event plays out right now. So we have a distress call coming from this pilot driving a Cuban 800, and these events spawn just like the exotic exports do that you can deliver to the docks, or the guard from the Cayo Perico Island that has the key to the Perico pistol, and even the new skeleton event that we recently just got where you can find buried stashes on the Cayo Perico Island during the scope out mission. So these are pretty easy to spot if you're in the area of where they're going to spawn, and they do happen to spawn. They're very hard to miss. Not only do you have like an icon on the map, but you also get a distress call, and pretty much you just follow the plane to its crash site and then collect the loot. You could choose to toggle or focus on the cache if you're having trouble finding it. All these Smuggler Plane events, they crash in the water, so I highly recommend having either rebreathers or a scuba suit to make things easier when you're underwater looking for this cache, that we don't have to keep coming up for air. Also, it seems like right when you're in the vicinity of where the cache is located, you get a 2-star wanted level. At least I did. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Should be pretty easy to evade. You can even call Lester. But I earned $25,000 as well as 2,000 RP from collecting the cash from the Crash Smuggler Plane event. On to the second event here, we have the Flare event. Now, these spawn also the same way as a Smuggler Plane event spawns and a lot of other different random events that spawn in GTA Online free mode. There are also 5 locations of the Flare event, just as there are with the Smuggler Plane event. You may notice too on the map there's different like trails for each of these 5 locations. So there are like different variations for each of these 5 locations. However, that really shouldn't matter that much. These are still going to be very easy to complete. Essentially, you're going over to a flare, inspecting it, and then you're going to follow 4 other flares. One thing that I didn't really I was a little bit nervous that this was going to like despawn because I was taking too long, but definitely use an air vehicle or like some sort of maybe off-road vehicle to get to each of these locations or these flares much quicker, because they are somewhat spread out and you definitely don't want to be running to them. That's just going to make this take way longer and be more frustrating. So definitely use, like I said, either an air vehicle, an off-road vehicle, but you're essentially going to 5 flares. And then the last flare, the 5th and final flare, is going to have the loot, and you're also earning $25,000 and 2,000 RP. All in all, I can't see too many players going out of the way for this in the long run, at least the more advanced players, since there's so many other ways to earn so much more cash in GTA Online. If we compare it to the skeleton event we recently got, where you can find buried stashes on Cayo Perico, you do earn at least $10,000 more dollars. Still not that much though. I think what would have been a lot cooler to extend the longevity of this event would have been if Rockstar would have added an award system for this. So like we have the other awards in GTA Online where there's like a bronze, silver, gold, and like platinum tier system to them. I think that would have been cool for, you know, how many you would collect, like how many you'd collect to earn bronze, silver, gold, platinum. And then also I think even better make this into like a business battle for the Smuggler Run hangar where air freight cargo would spawn, and it maybe would even tell you what air freight cargo spawn. That way, you would determine whether you wanted to steal it or not, because if you have the same air freight cargo in your hangar, you do get a bonus from that. But then that would give more of an incentive, I think, for players to go out of their way to collect collect air freight cargo from this, and it would extend the longevity of this event and make it even more worth it. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it extremely beneficial. Please, if you like, subscribe, share it. As always, have a great day.